Hey faves, it's your Fav Ms. Renee. I am back, you guys, with another video. This is so much fun. I really enjoy this a whole lot. And thank you for coming back again. Thank you for caring. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for calling me. And thank you for texting me. And thank you for inboxing me. And thank you for just being you. I appreciate you guys so, so much. There are some of you that really go out of your way to let me know that you're supporting me and that you're liking videos. And that makes me really, really happy. Thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate that. And don't ever feel like, you can't just pick up the phone, because you can. That's what is so awesome about this channel, is that we really interact with one another. We really know each other. So that is really good. I am very thankful and grateful for having another way to stay in touch with some of my favorite people. So this is pretty cool. We are having some, not tonight. Tonight we're not going to talk about that. No, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about something fun. Take our minds off of our current stuff. Okay? So, somebody asked me, why do I call myself, I swear, someone asked me, why do I call myself Fav Ms. Renee? And, I mean, it should be obvious. My name is Renee, right? But, really and truly, you guys gave me that name. I swear, I am not trying to sound mushy. I promise. But my JBT kids gave me that name. So, okay, story time. A short story, okay? But nonetheless, when I was born, of course, Renee. My name is Renee Antoinette, okay? So, my mother thought that was a cute name, and she was 14, and she named me that. It's really a nice name for a 14-year-old girl to think of, but nevertheless, she named me Renee Antoinette. When I got older, I realized how many people had the name Renee. Renee is probably one of the most common names, like in the 70s and 80s. It's all I ever heard. People's, oh, my middle name is Renee, or my cousin's name is Renee, or there was always a Renee. There was nothing special about that name to me. It was so common. And I remember loving my middle name. I loved Antoinette. I thought it sounded so regal. I love that name, right? And so I was like, dang, I wish she would have named me Antoinette Renee. I mean, that's just such a pretty name. And you didn't hear Antoinette as much. So, it doesn't matter. My name is still Renee Antoinette. I didn't change it. Oh, but when I had my first baby, she's a girl, and everybody wanted me to name her after them. And let me tell you something. The selection of older women names when I had my daughter, their names were like Henrietta and, really old names. I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to name her that. Sorry. I'm not going to name her that. So to keep all the ladies in the family from going, well, I want her to have my name. I want her to have my name. I just said, hey, guys, I'm going to give her my name. It's my baby. So I'm going to flip her name. And I'm going to give her the name that I always wanted. So I am Renee Antoinette. My oldest daughter is Antoinette Renee. Hey. We call her Tony for short. So I didn't get to live my favorite name, but I got to name my daughter my favorite name. So it's a win. So I think I started really working with kids. And let me tell you something. I didn't want to work with kids. Oh, God. I did not want to work with children. That was never my dream. I remember the first time, though. Seriously, I do. And I'm gonna get to why my name is Fav Ms. Renee, but I just have to tell you this. So I remember the time that I first seen a mentor interacting with her students. And honestly, it was so beautiful. It really was. And there was this lady, and she was working at like a community center, and I was at the community center too, but I was there to do another program that I was doing way long time before I started working with kids. And so it was a fitness program. So I was there doing that, but I saw the interaction between this woman and her students. She was their mentor and they were her mentees. And I had never seen something as sweet and beautiful and real. That moment, it was so wonderful to see these children interact with another woman that wasn't their mother. And you could tell that the interactions were real and it came from a very authentic and sweet place. And you could tell that the love that she had for them was genuine as well. So it caught my eye. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I really admired that, from a distance. Didn't say anything, but I saw it. And I thought, that was kind of cool. So that was years and years ago. There was a time that I had to work with a group of girls. No, before them, I had to work with a group of kids at a community center. Again, I was there to teach aerobics, but we had a large number of kids, and the community center director asked me would I put together a program for his kids. He didn't want to do fitness with them. He wanted to do something else. He said, these kids need a little direction and blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, cool. So I was already into mind, body, and spirit. That's a little bit of who Miss Renee is. So I was like, yeah, we can do some mind, body, and spirit. So put together this program for them, and it was pretty amazing. And I learned so much about children that I wasn't really open to before. And we got super close, and we had about 6 weeks together. And then it ended. I was like, dang. Well, life goes on. And then I was working for another community center because I did a lot of community work, of course. I am an independent contractor by trade. So I was at another community center, and this church, it was a church, and the church had a community center, and they had, the church had built this huge community center across the street from their church. And they had hired me to do a fitness program for their members that were going to partake in the community center activities. So they had hired me to do that. And then they also wanted me to do something with their kids in the summer. So I was like, because they had a summer youth program, summer camp program. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not close to this. I can do this. not really what I like to do, but I can do it. I've worked for several programs where I only had to teach fitness to children. So, not a stranger to this. I went in open-minded. And the girls hated me. Hated me. When I would come in the building, they would take off running. Literally. I mean, running. They would go hide. They would be in the bathroom, in the stalls. Oh, man. It was like pulling teeth. And I was like, come on, you guys. I hate it too. But we got to do it, right? And they was like, ugh. So come out of the stalls. And they really hated exercise. I didn't want to exercise. So these girls had decided that they didn't want to do fitness. I didn't want to teach them fitness. So I just kind of watched them. They love to dance. These kids danced like all day. Like they would make up dance routines and just dance. Like from one end of the place to the other. So I thought, dancing is fitness. I said, so would you guys like to dance? We can dance. And they was like, yeah, okay, let's dance. So we started dancing. And every day that I would have to come, I would gather all my girls. By now, they were happy to see me. I'd bring in my little boombox radio thingy. And I don't know how we had the music, but we did. And it might have been a cassette tape. I don't know. I'm just saying. We had music and we had a routine number of songs. And so we would get together and we would start putting together dance routines for each song. So we look kind of cute. I thought, oh, well, we look cute. And so I just said, well, let's give ourselves a name. So I think we voted on our name and we came up with Unique because we were unique girls. We weren't a typical dance team. We were brought together to do fitness and that didn't work for us. So dance was another alternative to fitness. So we started doing fitness. We started doing fitness as dance. And we had our name. And so then we decided we would go on ahead and put together a routine for the end of the summer camp. Because, you know, they have this big celebration after the summer camp is over. And we thought we would entertain the parents and the children and we would dance. And we made T-shirts and we had our name and we had our music and we had our routine. And we danced. And at the end of the summer camp, we put on a show. Everyone loved it. We loved it. And then it was over. And by that time, I didn't want it to be over. By that time, those girls and I had become friends. And really good friends. And so at that time, I thought, no way do I want to end this? And the girl's like, oh, goody, can we keep on going? And I was like, yeah, we're going to keep on going. So me and that group of girls, we stayed together for 5 years. 5 years we danced in local competitions. We did car washes. We did lock-ins. We did so many wonderful things together. We became best friends, all of us. And the love has never faded. That was my first group of girls. My first group of girls. No, it wasn't. The Angels of Glory were my first group of girls. But I came into the Angels of Glory. The Angels of Glory were already standing girls singing choir at church. They just didn't have a leader and I stepped in. So technically, the Angels of Glory are the first girls that I was able to work with. Not really mentor them, but just work with them. And then it was my group over at St. George's Community Center. And then it was the Unique Dance Team. And then Unique decided they didn't want to dance anymore. And around the time they didn't want to dance anymore was also the time that I started working for another girls' agency to provide mentoring program to girls in JCPS. So, excuse me. The way that went was, I literally was able to stop working with my group and migrate into public school system. And the rest is history. And the girls would always say to me, "You're my favorite. You're my favorite. Miss Renee, you're my favorite. You are my favorite." And when I thought about making a YouTube channel, I thought, well, what am I going to call myself? And I think I really didn't know what kind of content I wanted to bring at first. I wasn't really certain yet. Because at first I thought it was going to be about heart. I thought I was going to talk primarily to heart patients or people dealing with heart issues or whatever. And then God said, no, I want you to go in this direction. And so, Favorite Miss Renee. Can you see it? It says Favorite Miss Renee. That Favorite Miss Renee came about. And so, that's how that happened. So, I really didn't create my own name. You gave it to me. It fits. I'm your fave, and you're most definitely mine. So, I think that's it for this video. I'll talk to y'all soon. Heads up, eyes open.